Get in, loser. We're going podcasting.
Rock on. You can unlock the door first.
Maybe.
Warning. Pregnant women, the elderly, and children under 16 should avoid prolonged exposure to Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler may suddenly accelerate to dangerous speeds. Dirt Diggler has high gluten content and is not kosher, halal, or vegan safe. Do not ingest Dirt Diggler, as Dirt Diggler is for external use only. Discontinue listening to Dirt Diggler if any of the following occurs: itching, vertigo, dizziness, discoloration of urine, tingling in extremities, loss of balance or coordination, slurred speech, temporary blindness, profuse sweating, heart palpitations, increased use of profanity. If listening to Dirt Diggler gives you an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're welcome. Listening to Dirt Diggler may lead to unplanned pregnancies. If Dirt Diggler begins to smoke, get away immediately. Seek shelter and cover head. Dirt Diggler may stick to certain types of skin. When not in use, Dirt Diggler should be returned to a special container and kept under refrigeration. The ingredients of Dirt Diggler include, but are not limited to, a glowing substance which fell to the earth, presumably from outer space, and bad memories. Do not taunt Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler does not come with a lifetime guarantee. Dirt Diggler. Enjoy the show.
Extra heat.
All right, what's going on? It is the Dirt Diggler, their
That's
dirtiest
right,
Diggler, type of
bitches.
Diggler for
Right,
Dirt
bitches.
Good Diggler. And across from me, I have the wonderful.
Kenny the Dork, and I'm more unapologetically New England than ever this week.
All right,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
coming out of Virginia, I have.
Brandon, and I am a Chicago kid.
And all the way from sunny, fiery California, we have.
It's Gianni the Casey chick with LA branches.
Right, and this is Dirt Diggler's shitty sports show.
Yeehaw.
Party on, dork.
Party on, Dirt.
All right, so.
Hey, does anybody think this is weird? I mean, this is like, we're in Dirt's basement, but not all of us are in, like, Dirt's basement.
Dude, you just
Well,
sound
I
like
mean, we are through the magic
Yes,
of
I
technology.
Yeah, I mean, should that be weird?
but it was a haiku, though.
Ah,
All right, so
You're
today's schedule, we're gonna do some NBA coverage and carry the news, cover the news as well. We're gonna talk about Michigan State University again
God
because
damn it.
we're not
Jesus.
done talking about them. We're gonna talk about how everyone hates love in the Cleveland right now. No, dude, you see when he threw the pants on the guy's face?
Oh,
That
I
was a
didn't
joke.
see that.
He
Oh,
did that
dude,
as a
Love
joke.
gives no fucks right now. He knows he's done.
Yeah.
It's great. We're going to talk about that some more and some other basketball things. We're going to go into our first round of mullet winners and to our second round mullet tourney. We're going to recap the AFC and NFC championship games. And we're also going to talk about what the Super Bowl means to us as individuals, which should be fun. Also, we're going to talk about what we feel the Patriots and Eagles need to do on both sides of the ball in order to be successful in this game coming up next weekend. So
There's another game. It's kind of important, I
it's
guess.
I've heard it's a big deal. So we're going to
It's
talk
going
about
to be
that.
tremendous.
It's going to be huge. The
It's going
best-
to be
Oh,
the best.
Lord.
People are saying it's the best game. As always, we're going to do our shitty game time beer of the week and our ridiculous fucking hot takes. So let's kick this pig. Let's get into the NBA action. All right, so the Lakers beat the Celtics and the Bulls. So, Gianni, how you
Yes.
feeling about that?
I am feeling very good about that. I'm sure Kenny is quite happy about the Boston game. Maybe not. No.
Well, they beat.
Okay,
no, they
so
won
anyway.
in LA this week. They won in LA. They just didn't
They
beat
won
the
in LA,
Lakers.
but-
Let's just beat
They
It
beat
just
the
wasn't the
Clippers.
Lakers,
So
yeah.
what?
Okay.
Oh, God.
Right. I mean,
they're playing
but
the
beating the
Warriors tonight.
Clippers is like, an oxymoron. I mean, you're supposed to beat the Clippers. It's just
At this-
kind of what's supposed to happen.
At this point, the Clippers are not all that good. They need to.
No.
I mean, I know that, and you know that, but I can pretend it's not that way
I
anymore.
mean, it's not like you're playing the Showtime Lakers or the Kobe Lakers. You're playing the
Lonzo
Ball Lakers.
the Lonzo and Luke
Well,
Lakers.
really,
Not-
the
not
Kyle
known to be
Kuzma
world
Lakers,
beaters
because
here.
that dude, Kyle Kuzma, is the one that's about to be the truth. That dude looks good, and I
But-
feel like now,
But is his daddy a total asshole?
No.
Because if he's
Well-
not, then we haven't heard about him.
Hey, but
His
you know
dad
what?
probably
They
doesn't
were still
talk much
trying
at
to.
all.
See, now the thing I get that people are forgetting here is that Kyrie was just back from injury that night.
yes,
It's going to take a little time for him to work through it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever generic excuse I can come up with here, but hey, we're playing the Warriors tonight in prime time.
That's fair. Gianni, though. Gianni had a thought she was completing. Go for it, Gianni. Nice.
I think basically now, I mean, we know that there's going to be some big moves happening in the offseason. And I think now, like, a lot of these dudes are really playing to stay on the team. We know that they're going to keep Lonzo. We know they're going to keep Kuzma and probably Brandon Ingram. But I think everybody else is pretty much, on the trading block, especially if they can pull down somebody massive in the offseason, which is something the Lakers have, notoriously been very good at. So, yeah, I mean, even if they made the playoffs, they'd probably be playing the Warriors, so they'd be out in the first round. So it's, it's kind of, it doesn't matter.
But I mean, as long as you put elbows on Steph's pretty little face.
I'd love to see that upset, though.
You got to deal with Draymond Green kicking you in the dick.
Yeah, that's. Okay.
I mean, he might catch you in the locker room, the parking lot. Either way, your dick's getting caved in.
Like, I'll go for a rebound. Kicking the dick.
Oh, dude, the guy Adams kicked somebody in the dick recently.
Oh, what? Steve Adams?
Steve Adams punched someone right in the sack.
He's got a history of that, though.
He's the victim. He was the victim against. He got kicked in the balls twice, I think.
By Draymond. In
Draymond
the playoff
Green.
series.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So he wasn't the kicker in that playoffs. He was the kickee. And now he's the kicker.
He was the recipient.
Gotcha.
Yes. He was the recipient of a well-placed dick kick.
Yeah.
Yes.
You keep interrupting her.
We're terrible co-hosts. We really are.
It's all good.
We fucking
suck. So at any rate, we know that they're not really playing for much except for, whoever's going to get traded in the offseason, which we know is not going to be Kyle or Lonzo or any of the aforementioned players. But Brooke is done.
Brooke Lopez was done the second he got there.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
curious
much
to see what moves the Lakers make in the offseason to try to make that team
I hear
contender.
it's less and less likely that PG-13 leaves OKC now.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He's
but
really liking
if
it
Kawhi's not happy, then that could be something that might be interesting. Boogie got hurt.
Boogie blew an Achilles.
He's done, man. I hate that he got hurt.
Boogie got hurt.
I know.
Boogie got hurt real bad.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting because I think that's somebody that they were possibly thinking about because it's clear that they need, somebody forceful in the middle. So, yeah, that could change some plans, but, something is brewing in Lakerland. It just is probably not a playoff spot at the moment.
I have a thought. Can I share my thought?
You can.
Go ahead.
Cool. So let's say Boogie doesn't rupture his Achilles tendon and Boogie's healthy all throughout the season, right? Do you think he's willing to go to a Lakers team that has to deal with the antics of LeVar Ball publicly?
I was thinking the exact same
knowing
thing.
how Boogie gets down. How long before he actually beats his ass?
Oh, please. I would pay to see that.
How long before he beats his son's ass?
And then
beats daddy's ass?
I don't think Lonzo would be the problem.
I feel like the scenario you just laid out would be more like a mid-boss getting to a final boss kind of thing.
And it'd be like Enter the Dragon where Bruce Lee, where Boogie fights the balls progressively until he gets to LeVar.
He fights the balls.
But I mean, I think LeVar is distracted with Mello and Jello and all of
That just sounds
aside from that Mello and Jello, the fact that you mentioned that the balls are a distraction, Gianni.
I mean, they can be.
Yeah.
The balls
Sometimes you gotta stop and take care of them.
Wow. But sometimes
I'm just done with that.
Sometimes you just want to ignore the balls, man.
I sometimes want to as well.
Just leave them alone. Don't pay no attention to the balls.
Especially when we're talking about somebody else's balls. And in this case, we are.
These aren't even. I don't even like these balls.
I don't like these balls either.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we're a shitty sports show.
Welcome to Dirt Diggler Shitty Sports Show again, where we talk about balls.
I think that he will be able to leave Lakerland alone for a while.
I hope so. Remember, he has Twitter too. We see what Twitter can do with the wrong fingers on it.
Oh God.
President Twitter fingers over there tweeting us the nuclear annihilation, but whatever.
Cheeto
Twitter fingers turn the trigger fingers.
Hey, look, man. So, Celtics 4 losses in a row.
Yeah,
Kenny.
well, that London trip,
Wow.
they came out of it and they had 4 losses in a row. Kyrie was dealing with some nagging injuries. He sat out 3 of the games. Came back for the 4th one, and then they beat the Clips. They're playing the Warriors tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah. Should be interesting because, if I may mention that there is only one team in the NBA with a winning streak at Oracle Arena, a road team.
Yes. Can I guess who it is?
Well, it sure as heck isn't the Clippers.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm a little excited for that.
So you guys had like a 5-day lead into that London game, and then 5 days afterward, and Kyrie still needed more time off?
I don't know.
That's
Could have been worse.
That's not a bump and bruise, man. He must have been fucking hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they
10+
did play
days.
more games than everybody else prior to that London bump.
All right, well,
It is what it is.
the Sixers
Well-
are... Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say your boy Gordon is back on the floor. He's shooting at least, so that's
He's ahead of schedule,
making
and it's
some
looking
progress.
good.
Crazy to me.
I'm excited, but I also know we ain't seeing him this season.
No.
No.
They're
Yeah,
gonna get him
no.
back at full speed next year. It's gonna be
And
worth
of
more.
course,
So
as before we move on to the Sixers, I do have to say there are still persistent rumors that Anthony Davis will be traded to the Celtics.
persistent,
Damn it, persistent.
and I hope it happens. I hope we can will that into existence
I hope we can too, because they'd be unstoppable with him in the middle.
until they play Golden State.
right.
Still
Because-
unstoppable.
Golden State is like a wood chipper. They're not even trying right now. They're just kind of like,
They're
we lost
not.
the game. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but they're within 2 games of each other.
Here's the thing, right? Golden State honestly does not give a shit. Golden State is at the point, and
Wait, are they playing chess and we playing checkers?
no. Listen. Golden State has someone's gonna have to knock them down.
Yeah.
Seriously, because right
Yeah.
now they're going into the season and they have the air about them, like we are without a doubt the best, and no one's going to be able to really take us down if we decide you're not going to take us down, right? So that's how
And-
they're carrying
yeah.
themselves. They're carrying themselves as in they're the preemptive champions already, and it's just this whole season thing is just
It's a formality.
It's formality.
It's a formality.
Yeah.
No, I mean they really are. If you look at how like they've lost more games now than they have in the last 2 seasons, right? They have, and there's no urgency at all with this team. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're they're
If they lose a
their
game on a
guys.
given night, it's because they just
didn't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's weird to see them. So the West is going to be in bad shape. Everyone's in bad shape until if you can get Anthony Davis, then your chances of being able to beat them go up.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think any other team other than the Celtics, I'm cool with, because the Celtics, you guys have enough banners over there in Boston.
No, we don't.
Yes, you do. You
No,
have
we
enough
don't.
banners. No, the last thing your fucking fan base needs is another goddamn championship.
I know we don't.
I agree.
You motherfuckers. All right. So,
Continuing along.
but yes, continuing along, let's talk about the Sixers real quick. Simmons has no jump shot, and apparently it doesn't matter. Because when you're a 6'11" fucking point guard, you do what the hell you want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Eh?
And Marquez Fultz still has no jumper to speak of. His form is like
He's
Charles
playing
Barkley's.
again?
No. So they went and fixed his scapular imbalance, which was his shoulder muscles were all dipped up or something like that, right? But his shooting motion hasn't been corrected. This guy apparently, when you're injured. And you're injured for a long time, and you're going through it. You develop new ways of doing things to compensate.
You work around the injuries.
Right. The problem is his shooting form is still like it was before the injury.
So it's jacked.
It's totally fucked up. So he's basically on the shelf still until he can get that done. Now here's the thing: he's a first rounder.
He's the number 1 overall pick.
This is a chance that he's got the yips. That he just because this is truly mental for him. So
Yeah.
this guy, he's going to be flirting with the bust label until he can figure out how to shoot a basketball,
We're
which is
about
crazy.
halfway through his rookie season.
Here's the thing, right? Injuries are injuries, but to see someone who's not injured come apart the way he's come apart with his form is troubling. If you are the Sixers, and the Philadelphia fan base has very little patience when it comes to young players underachieving. Brandon Graham was labeled a bust for years, and it wasn't even his fault. He had two bad knees, went through like 3 different defensive coordinators, was moved to outside linebacker from natural defensive end position under Billy Davis when Chip Kelly was there, and he was labeled a bust. And you know what? And mostly because he wasn't Earl Thomas, because he was picked right before Earl Thomas. So right. McNabb got booed because he wasn't Ricky Williams. Brandon Graham was labeled a
Right.
bust because you see the success of Earl Thomas, who came like 1 or 2 picks after he did. So, Philly doesn't have a lot of patience when it comes to young athletes. You got to produce. Period.
They were actually happy with AI, though, right? Weren't they?
AI
Were
came
they
out.
not?
AI came out on fire, though.
Yeah, it came out in balls.
Yeah, he did.
He
Yeah.
definitely he went toe to toe with Michael Jordan in his first month in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI was a
Yeah.
different animal. He didn't have the yips. He wasn't hurt.
He was ready to go out of high school.
Yeah, he was ready to rock out of high school. So, but yeah, so that's what's going on in Sixers land right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bulls. Brandon, you gonna talk about the Bulls, or are we still on fuck the Bulls?
Trash. Next subject.
All right, cool.
All right, yeah.
Moving on. Yeah. Motherfucking Michigan State University. All right,
God damn 'em.
Larry Nassar got sentenced to like 150 years in jail, right?
175.
175. Thank
175.
you. He submitted a guilty plea. That was his plea bargain, right? And the judge was a woman, and she absolutely had no mercy on this motherfucker. And I agree with the judge.
I do too.
He systematically preyed on generations of young women, and so he deserves all the terrible things that happened to him with regard from a legal standpoint, right?
Yeah, he's going to a place where he can't hurt anybody else again.
But boy, when he gets to that place,
You know what?
Yep.
So the whole rapist retribution thing, and I know that me and Kenny talked about this a bit last week when we were off the air.
Yeah.
One rape doesn't provide justice for another rape, right?
No, it
So him going to prison literally until the day he dies is the punishment. Wishing additional, because all right, so he gets raped in fucking prison. Where's the recompense for him being assaulted? He's already in prison. That's the recompense. He's in prison.
Right.
So one
Right.
rape doesn't justify another rape. Another rape.
Well,
doesn't-
what
yeah.
I was getting at was at least he won't be in a position where he can abuse the power.
No, you're right. I understand that. It was the caveat that was added on. Yeah, I mean, it's
he
kind
can never
of,
hurt anyone again.
it was
what
kind
I
of
getting
understood.
at.
Yeah, he's not in a position to where he can prey on young ladies. You're right. He's not in a position where he can prey on people like he did as a doctor performing examinations on these young athletes. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
However, the caveat of everyone kind of cheering inside about what's going to happen, what may or may not happen to him.
I don't
behind
like
bars,
that either.
That's we are actually better than that. So.
Yeah.
And I've had this discussion. I mean, I felt the same way for a while. Then I had the discussion, and it made sense. Like, why would you, if rape is bad, why would you risk it on someone?
Right.
Period. Ever.
No, be
all right,
better
cool.
than them. Yeah,
Be better
But,
than them. Yeah.
But, it wasn't the only thing with Michigan State that they were engaged in a cover-up on, and apparently, according to an ESPN Outside the Lines report, there was a systemic habitual series of cover-ups going on involving the football and basketball programs where players were committing offenses against young women and just running rampant on campus. I mean, the president and the athletic director have both already resigned. I think it's a matter of time before the football coach and the basketball coach, Tom Izzo, both are out.
Probably.
It's just, there's too much here.
So here's what I'm going to add to that. The NCAA was made aware in 2010,
Yeah, exactly.
and the current president of the NCAA was there at the time. I can't wait for his particular domino to fall.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not an isolated thing to Michigan State.
No. Michigan State is beyond wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying
It's a
not-
microcosm of the
like-
NCAA.
Yeah,
It
it's endemic of a lot of other schools that are vying for these big television contract dollars.
Agreed.
You got to protect the brand. You've got to protect the brand at all costs, even if it means morally sacrificing your morals and doing the right thing and punishing a football player because he got a little too aggressive with a young woman at a party, or when a young woman's outside a college bar talking to her friend and then she starts crying about something she saw on her phone, and then a basketball player walks up out of nowhere, "Hey boo, it's okay," grabs her and plants one on her without her consent. And then the dork has to rip that particular basketball player off of the young woman.
This is a real life anecdote from Dork here.
Yeah. Okay, it's not isolated. UConn's just as guilty of it as Michigan State and all the other schools that are vying for big time money. It's why UConn hasn't built any on-campus housing in over a decade because they want all the bad stuff to happen off campus to keep their Cleary statistics down.
Right.
Fire, vengeance, brimstone,
Yeah,
anger.
Dirk feels pretty strong. He's over here looking pretty angry about this. So yeah.
Yeah, this is a problem, and it needs to be addressed. We need to stop thinking about the NCAA in a monetaristic kind of thing. athletics. And this is why I hope LeVar Ball's basketball league takes off and is a phenomenal success. So we get the money out of college sports, and we kind of make it so that university presidents and athletic directors start saying, you know what, maybe we don't have to worry about the money and we can actually do the right thing.
That'd be nice.
That would be great.
And
I just really honestly, I just want to celebrate these women.
Yeah, my God.
They had a hell of a lot to lose. And, having been a woman athlete and knowing that, most of our cultures are male, and these are the people who we entrust with our lives, essentially, because these are the people who can help get us scholarships, help keep us, help us to be able to keep our scholarships, to train us, to make us into the best athletes that we can be, because at the end of the day, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And so, we are literally putting our lives in their hands. And the fact that these young women, especially Simone Biles and Allie Raisman, went out representing their country, won a shitload of medals, and knowing what was happening to them behind the scenes is just crazy to me.
That is
so.
ridiculous.
It speaks to their character and their commitment.
Yeah,
it does. It does. So as we are, lambasting the horrible things that happen to them and the horrible people who cover them up, God bless those women, and God bless every single one of them who, told their story, because it's not easy.
Yeah.
And you got to be a brave soul, even with 140 other people, to go out there and, because now it's public record. So now, your life is out there. So I want to celebrate them, and I hope it encourages a crap load more women to come forward.
Agreed.
Yes.
Before we switch subjects, just real quick, I saw this on, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this on Facebook. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. And it was a girl who she was pretty passionate about the whole thing, because someone had actually tweeted that there were men upset, or they felt like he got harsh treatment with his sentencing. I don't think that it was harsh at all, because you have him, and then you have someone who's like Brock Turner, who got away with it. Like,
Brock Turner got 6 months probation.
Yeah, like
raping an unconscious drunken girl behind a dumpster because of what it might do to his future.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the way I see it is, fuck that kid's future, man. Like, look at what he's done. Like, he's messed someone up for life. Like, there's no there. I don't think that there's enough jail time for shit like that.
There isn't. There isn't.
There is.
So Larry Nassar definitely got what he deserved.
Agreed. He'll die in prison, and that's really all that matters. His feeling woe be on me, woman, hell hath no fury like a woman scorn, all that shit. Like, the self-victimization he tried to pull off, for one, is something dudes do, and I don't understand why. Like, you're a fucking rapist. Like, how the fuck could you feel like the victim in all this?
Right.
You are a predator. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and we're gonna have to revisit this in another few weeks after the fact, maybe another couple months. But they are going after the enablers, the men and women who turned a blind eye and fed these women to him. They're going after the administrators. They're going after the executives. They're going after the coaches. They're going after the medical professionals. They're going after everyone who was involved in this, as they should. Because really, this machine of this sexual assault rape machine doesn't work without someone willing to throw the bodies into it. There's got to be someone there to establish a chain, and these people knew what they were doing. They just simply, this is what they want, and I'm not going to stir the pot. I'm just trying to do my job. I don't know what's happening with those women. I had no idea that's
the
what
ones
was
that are
going on.
redacting the official police reports.
Yeah, it's you know, I wish nothing but the worst on all those people.
The ones that are encouraging the young women to wear hats because they came forward with their allegations, so that people won't recognize them walking in between campus.
Yeah, you can't. It's like I say, it's a heavy subject, but none of this shit can happen without a bunch of people who look the other way. The Penn State shit can't happen without people willingly looking the other way. This can't happen. Baylor can't happen. None of these things can happen in these environments without someone just accepting it as this is the cost of doing business.
And not just someone, a crap load of someone.
A bunch of
because
people.
these communities are small communities. The degrees of separation are tiny. So everyone knew. So, and some people were in position of power to say and do something, and some people are not. And the people who know good and damn well that they could have stopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move along to other news.
Cavaliers.
There's no easy transition from that, is there?
No, there really isn't. It's hard to segue out of sexual assault and back into basketball. But
everybody hates Kevin Love.
Everyone hates Love. He's being looked at as the reason why Cleveland's falling apart. Not that their roster is old and fragile and just
decrepit.
Yeah.
All you have is LeBron James and friends that are out there.
I mean, Dwayne Wade's knees are farting cobwebs and pissing dust.
Dude, Dwayne Wade's his fucking knees are shit. But Kevin Love gives no fucks, so he's getting ready to go back in the game. He pulls off his sweatpants, and he just chucks them behind him, right onto the face of some other Cavalier.
Oh,
and this guy loses his shit, and Kevin Love is so unbothered, which to me perfectly sums up where that relationship is right now between Kevin Love and that team. They don't like him. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got his ring.
Here's my middle finger.
They didn't really like him when they were winning. I mean,
I know, and that's what
you know what. When it comes to the Cavaliers, man, like it's very simple. They just like most teams in the NBA, they still have to gel. Like they just got Isaiah Thomas back. So once they finally find the correct lineups and where to have people, they'll end up getting it together. I tell you this much, they're not going to be any worse than the third seed in the Eastern Conference.
They're probably not, but I mean, I just don't see that team staying together.
No, it's going to definitely improve.
They probably
Dan
but
Gilbert's
also
looking to sell the team now too, I think, right?
Who's this?
The owner is looking to sell.
Probably.
Well, that might help.
I don't know how true that is, but
yeah.
I think that helps the organization because he has no fucking idea what he's doing.
Oh no, Dan Gilbert sucks.
And he's a piece of shit too for several different reasons. But
yes, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
So that actually might help the energy of the team.
It could. I mean, I doubt
regardless of that.
The team was shit before LeBron came. It's shit after he left, and until they can. I mean, it's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland does not.
You got my shitty hot take.
Yeah. Other people who are not happy currently. Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio.
What is up with that?
I think it's more of it. He's not happy that that people are expressing doubt about the fact that he's not coming back from his injury fast enough, or that they don't quite understand the nature of the injury.
I don't think anyone understands the nature of his injury. He's got a weird injury that no one's really able to make sense out of, and Kawhi being as stoic as he is during the game, he's like less emotional than Tim Duncan was, because this guy's over here dunking.
That's not possible. That's just not possible.
Have you seen the picture of him dunking and his face is just blank? Like this
oh my God.
This guy is doing one of the most electric plays in the sport and absolutely has no reaction to it. He's like, I'm dunking to this guy. So it's like if you could make Bill Belichick a black basketball player in his prime, that's how Kawhi Leonard looked.
Dude, but Tim Duncan had the personality of Elmer's glue. He's not.
Fucking Kawhi Leonard's got the personality of a glue stick.
I mean, but you hear stuff like this, like Kawhi's not happy, and then you couple that with the fact that Popovich admitted that LaMarcus Aldridge wanted a trade last year.
Yeah,
and you kind of wonder, is it about the
we all in
San Antonio?
It could be. They're well overdue. They've been making it happen with fucking duct tape and silly string for a long time with those.
They're like the New England Patriots of the NBA without all the hate.
Ginobili somehow is still playing.
Parker's still playing.
Parker is still these are guys from
they played in the 2004 Olympics.
These are ancient people. They should have retired years ago. Yet they're still able to go out there and make it happen most nights. Not every night.
Most nights.
Not every night because Pop's resting them.
Yeah, because Pop. No, he knows his roster, but. This is one of those things that I think when these guys leave, Pop should just hang it up as well.
Yeah, and so we're going to segue into other teams that are doing great without injuries, even despite injuries and suspensions. I'm going to be brief on this because I can see your face.
Well, I'm right in front of you, man.
The Bruins.
Fuck the Bruins.
The Boston Bruins are surging. Yeah, baby.
Fuck the Bruins.
They are 14-0-4 in their last 18 games. They have no regulation losses. In 2018, It's the best stretch for the team since 1983. Yeah, we sometimes cover hockey. Fight me, whatever.
We cover hockey all the time.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just stoked about the Bruins. I got that in there.
All right.
Congratulations, Kenny.
Yeah, Baseball Hall of Fame class.
So yeah, Jim Thome, Vladimir Guerrero, not Barry Bonds, not Roger Clemens. Almost Edgar Martinez, the first DH to ever get in, but I'm going to say this right now, and I think it's a worthy class between Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Vlad Guerrero.
Chipper's in, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Chipper's in.
Yeah, I said Chipper's in.
Chipper's in. Yeah.
Chipper, he's
Yeah.
Chipper because he's in.
He's Chipper. Nice.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice.
So yeah, Edgar Martinez just missed getting in. You know, he would have been the first full-time DH to make it, which I'm paying attention to because it'll bode well for my boy Big Poppy. And then also the Clemens and Bonds thing, they gained a little more support, and as the older writers who are steroids are cheaters and I'll never vote for them kind of thing dies down. Come down from your soapbox, realize these guys willingly injected themselves with these substances to perform better on the stage. And you know what? If they want to do that to their bodies, they know the risks now, especially. I say let them do it and put them in the Hall of Fame because they put up insane numbers.
So let's get this out the way right now. Both Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds were total fucking dickheads.
Yes, they were.
They were.
Which is enough reason for them not to get in, right? The same reason Terrell Owens isn't in NFL Hall of Fame is because he was a dick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bonds was outrageously combative with the media, and Clemens is a sanctimonious dick.
Yes, he is.
Just like what's that dipshit? That the bloody sock fucker.
Kirk Schilling.
Yeah, he's never going to be in because he's an asshat.
Well, no, the only thing that's even making him a candidate on the fringe is his postseason performance. He only has 215 career wins.
I mean, he was a good pitcher.
Come
in
talk
Philly.
to me if you get to 300. Oh wait, no, it'll sign you.
He was a good pitcher in Philly, and they were happy to see him go because he was such a fucking dick face.
Yeah,
Piece of shit.
Well, the state of Rhode Island was happy to see him go after that business loan he took out that he defaulted on.
Yeah, but even then, even with all that, if he wasn't such a fucking asshole publicly, it would even.
Well,
be
I mean,
discussion.
between him and Tim Thomas, thanks for the championships, guys. The goalie for the Bruins in 2011.
Yeah.
But he was also a Tea Party asshat.
I mean, look, your political standing's not. I mean,
refused to meet Obama at the White House.
No, you know what? I can't even be mad at that because Golden State said they're not beating Trump. So, like, if you want to make that statement, here's where I am right here. Right, you can have your political standing, whatever it may be, right, but being an obnoxious, rude asshole along with all that, to just spiting people for the sake of spiting people.
Tim Thomas was.
It's them being Tea Partiers or liberals or whatever else. None of that shit matters. What matters is how they behave, right? You're asking for someone to vote for you to be part of an exclusive club of greats, right? Some of those greats had issues off the field, but most of those greats existed before social media did. You unfortunately exist also during. If you want to sit in your parlor and talk shit about all the different minority groups, or you want to, sit in your parlor and talk shit about the man, cool. The second you make that shit public, you're putting it right into the jury's hands. They're looking at, all right, well, this guy actively said, this, that, and the third. I'm not comfortable voting for this guy. I can't support that.
Yeah.
So,
and Barry Bonds is always a very difficult, leg.
Yeah.
You can't deny, though, that even without the steroids, he'd have gotten into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
First ballot.
Yeah, but here's the thing. How many games would he have missed? That's the thing about steroids. Steroids didn't make these guys hyper stronger. They juiced so they could recover faster.
Yeah, exactly. And that's many have admitted to as much.
Yeah.
The steroids, the HGH, they did it. Terry Bradshaw admitted to it from the 70s.
Steelers.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying, I'm just, I was trying to think of the example there, but I'm just saying, the guys did it to recover.
If he would have been, and I hate to say it like this though, more contrite when confronted by the media.
Oh yeah,
we probably wouldn't be having this discussion like we are.
Clemens too.
Clemens isn't
like he treated his congressional hearing like he was going to go in there and throw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball at a senator's head.
Their hubris is what's costing them right now.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't know what hubris means, gotta Google that shit. We'll wait.
Find somebody else to Google that for you.
If you don't know how to spell hubris, Google it. Google will tell you the way. Will show you the way.
Yeah.
It'll give
You
you
might
hints.
get some yeah, but if like you accidentally put an S in there and like Hughes Briss,
Use breast.
like you could wind up seeing some poor little Jewish kids. Yeah.
Ah, boo.
Oh God.
Ah.
Nice one.
All right. So the NBA wants to legalize gambling,
And they also want 1% of every bet made.
regardless of platform.
Yeah.
So you're
Regardless
talking
of
about
platform.
kiosks, mobile devices,
Not, you know what?
casinos,
Not knocking the hustle.
arenas.
Not knocking the hustle. Look, folks are going to bet anyway, right?
Yeah.
If you want to knock off Paulie around the corner, your bookie Paulie, you're going to have to legalize the shit. And if you're a league like the NBA, you want your cut. I want my fucking cut. So that's their vig. They're going to get 1%.
Oh,
off the
you're gonna
top.
kick two keys up to me over here.
Yeah. Hey, look,
I was about to say, why his name got to be Paulie?
I'm just saying, Paulie.
Paulie was the best Sopranos character.
Paulie.
Oh,
Hey. It could be Stanley, but it's Paulie. It's Paulie
got
today.
some real Stugats over
It
there.
could be Freddy the Shark. You know, what is it?
Yeah, maybe it fell off a truck.
It's Freddy Fingertips. You know, the bookie.
Oh. So yeah, I think the league deserves to get a cut.
I mean, if it's something they push through, there's a lot of.
Oh God, that opens the floodgates for other sports.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
it'll be interesting to see how it's regulated.
Yeah, if they legalize gambling, though, one thing we will never have to worry about: referees' integrity. I hope.
Yeah.
Right, because a lot of the shit that happened was under the table. Illegal
Right.
gambling, and that's where folks, when they're actually owing money to Paulie is when they find themselves in positions.
Donaghy.
Yeah, so, I mean, these leagues are multi-billion-dollar leagues. They can investigate their people if they need. I mean,
Yeah.
I believe referees for all the leagues should be vetted fucking yearly to see what they're getting into.
Of course they should be.
Like security
Yeah.
clearance. I mean, it's not that expensive when you're making billions of dollars to look at who's officiating your games to see if
Yeah,
they've
when
been
you're making
compromised.
billions of dollars hands over fist, $5,000 for an EPSQ shouldn't cost you much.
Shouldn't cost you that much.
Yeah.
But
Shouldn't.
shouldn't. But so let's go. Oh, the All-Star game for the NBA. They picked the teams
In secret.
in secret, and everyone's like, "Well, who got picked last?" And so all these dudes are all up in their feelings about the concept that maybe they got picked last. So they're all like, "But I'm better than all those other guys," because of course you think you're better than everyone else. You're a fucking all-star, so naturally you think you're superior to everyone else in your position. But Steph Curry, man, he really kind of picked a fucked up team, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Like,
when
is he
you
trying to
look-
let
then
LeBron
again,
win?
I think so.
Well, LeBron did just lose Boogie Cousins, so
He does need
He
to
did.
He was going to
His team
step
is falling
in for
apart.
him.
Ouch.
So Steph Curry was like, "Go ahead, Riley. Which name do you like?" Kevin Love. Okay, you got Kevin Love. Who else you want, baby?
But I think the biggest surprise for me was seeing LeBron pick Kyrie.
Oh, LeBron knows.
You knew that. shit was
Yeah.
gonna
He's probably gonna be like, "I want you back."
Oh yeah, that knowing
happen.
glance.
Come back.
That was, hey, dude, that was a shitty hot take for me a couple months ago.
That was
Coming
right.
true.
Oh my God, it's coming. It's not so shitty if it happens.
We're gonna have to take you to the People's Take Court eventually.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that started.
I know.
Man. The people's
Man,
Take-
I got a
yeah,
whole-
we gotta get Dork
I'm
Llewellyn
gonna be on
to interview
People's
outside
Take,
the courthouse.
man.
Like,
look,
I've had a few of them come through.
I've had a few, and it's a mixed feeling. It's
Yeah,
such a
like
mixed
I don't know if
feeling.
I should be excited or
Right.
I should be upset.
Me and Kenny have called some takes, and like that shit will never happen. And then it happens, you're like,
What the fuck?
like,
Damn.
okay.
Yeah.
One, that's exciting because it happened, but two, how bad am I at this? Right? Where the most obscene thing I could think of actually happens. How bad is my imagination in all this? You start to feel like, what's going on in my life?
Yeah, it's it. But like these All-Star teams, though. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these, a lot of guys are upset. Russ is upset about
Russ
it.
is always upset.
Well, he figured
mad about
Paul
it.
George
Russ is
should be
always
on the
upset.
team, but like
Upset,
four
man.
guys from the same team got picked.
If,
Why
if you
can't?
look like fucking Michelangelo, you'd be pissed off too.
Well, yeah, if you dressed the way Russ did.
Well, and
Oh
look like a
my
Ninja
God.
Turtle. Yes.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
But I mean, I think next time they should let Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin pick the basketball team.
Oh, come on.
Fuck it, man! Like letting the players pick who they're going to play with is some schoolyard bullshit, man.
Yeah, no, it's not even junior high. It is like straight up elementary,
It'd be
Tier
third
one.
grade kickball.
It's
Like-
funny.
Yeah.
They should have dude from the Big Three do the coaching.
Right.
Like Charles Oakley.
Oh yeah.
And fucking Allen Iverson.
There you go. No, Cube should pick him.
I think that a lot of the guys wanted wanted them to televise it. Like, I mean, why not? I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad.
Why
idea
are we doing this in a secret room?
Because of this exact scenario. Someone's
They
gonna
did
get
that shit
last.
at home.
Like, it should be secret ballot.
Yeah.
Well, who do
Yeah.
you want to play for? Well, no, I could be terrible because like everybody picks the
Yeah.
same guy. Like, I'm gonna play with LeBron, and everybody wants to play with LeBron and shit, and Steph's sitting there
Well, what about me?
with Riley. Who?
In
yeah.
all actuality, I don't know of many guys in the league who wouldn't want to play with LeBron James.
Or you
Or
just
Steph.
randomly pick you just randomly give them numbers, and when you pick a one or two out of the hat, that's your team. Whoever had the ones,
Yeah.
and whoever had the twos on the other team. You know what?
I don't think that you can do that because you have to have a certain amount of each position.
Yeah. I was going to say I was surprised that
You can have a bunch of centers out there. I like to see a team of centers play against a team of point guards. See what happens. Fuck it.
I was surprised, I know you mentioned that you were surprised that Steph didn't pick Riley,
Yeah.
but then I had to remind you, she's in the Futures game.
Yeah, Riley Curry, man, that's an adorable little girl right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's
It
a
annoys
cutie.
me.
And her mom is spouting conspiracy theories on Twitter.
Yeah, she is now. But so all right, we talked about this a couple times, and since we're on Riley, I want to hurry up and just get this out the way. All those old fogies who had a tough time with her presence during the press conferences, especially during the playoffs and the finals. Chris Long,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hobie Long, Chris's daddy, Super Bowl champion, formerly of the LA Raiders. He had his grandson, Chris's son, on his lap after the Eagles-Vikings game. And I thought it was just the greatest thing, right? Because he's sitting there, he's doing his show, he's got his grandson on his lap, he's spending time with his family. This is beautiful, because I'm a big fan of Howie and Chris as human beings. And, to see the third generation sitting there on his lap while he's doing the show. And no one else is giving him shit about this. Like, I haven't seen any angry tweets. I haven't seen, Terry Bradshaw come out and be like, I thought it was bullshit to have his grandchild there. No one's saying anything, right? I feel that's the proper approach. If you've got a youngin', right? You got a youngin' in your family, and you about to do some shit with the press, have that youngin' with you, man. Like, to them, it's just them spending time with their daddy or their grandpa or somebody like that. It's special to them. They're not worried about being on TV or sitting next to another Hall of Famer. They don't give a shit. All they know is they're hanging out with you. And I think other folks should really appreciate that and look at that as if they're ever in that position, that they'd be willing to do the same thing. Because I'll tell you right now, if I was in a big game, I'd have all three of my little fucking Digglers up there, hanging out, looking like weirdos.
And as well, you should. And you also have to understand that these dudes are on the road for days, weeks at a time. They have not seen their children.
Yeah.
And regardless of how much money you make, that time is priceless.
Yeah.
So be able to say that you were up there with your dad, I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
Well, I mean, and not only that, you mentioned Chris Long and his kids being with their grandfather.
Yes.
Howie used to take Chris and Jake on the field
Yeah.
when they were kids.
Yeah.
This is a time-honored tradition.
This is those, and you know what? That whole family of men, they are good men.
Yes,
They are
are.
good
They're
men.
good dudes.
They are pillars of the community. They do a lot of good work. They stand up for good shit. Look, Howie did a great job. Him and his wife did a great job with them boys.
Yeah, they did.
You know what I like
take a
most
long
about
time
that?
to Jimmy
Chris, he has charities going in each of the cities he's played in the NFL.
He hasn't gotten a single paycheck this year.
Yep.
He has given
No,
it all
he
to
hasn't.
Philadelphia schools.
Thank you.
But what I like most about Howie's boys is that not only are they just good people, but they also have a sense of humor, man.
Oh yeah, they're funny.
I
as hell.
loved having
Because,
Chris Long on the
yeah, they're
Patriots
funny,
last
yeah.
season.
We love him on the Eagles, man. The Eagles
Yeah.
absolutely loves having Chris Long.
I regret that he opted out to go to you guys, but hey, we'll see you in 2
He
weeks.
brings a certain je ne sais quoi to the team, and everyone embraces him and Blount. They're great teammates.
Yeah, they are.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
it's a shame
outstanding.
we couldn't keep them.
Everyone loves them. Everyone loves those guys.
Our loss is your game.
Hey, I'll take it. These are. He's had key strips, and these guys have shown up.
Yeah, they have. Blunt especially.
Blount forced trauma, baby. I love saying it.
Yeah, I told you you would.
It's pretty cool.
I told you would.
It's pretty cool. So let's go over to Australian Open coverage.
Yeah, so the finals,
beats.
the women's finals were last night.
Yeah.
And there were two players not named Williams in the finals. And it was really a beautiful thing to see because these are two women who have been on the tour for a long time. Both of them had been to finals, had suffered bitter losses. So it was good to see, both of them get to the finals and have a chance. And so Caroline Wozniacki pulled it out. Actually, one of Serena's best friends. So Serena is still present regardless.
Serena, that baby
girl.
is cute too.
Right, exactly. But it was good to see Caroline Wozniacki pull it out. She's one of the players. She's been ranked number one for like 67 weeks and still hadn't won a major. So she got a lot of shit for like, she's number one in the world, but she hasn't proved it, basically.
She ain't won shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and by all, from all accounts, like, one of the nicest players on tour. So you always like to see, the good guys win. I'm really disappointed for Simona Halep. She played a hell of a tournament, and just hasn't pulled through yet. But she's a fighter, and rah Williams, women's sports, of course. But
yeah, of course,
yeah,
go for it. You know?
Yeah, and it's I think it's also very good for the game to see. I mean, as much as I love Serena and Venus, of course, it's always good to see, some other women get in there who have just been fighting and just haven't really been able to break through yet. So
it's always good to see new talent succeed.
Yes.
A sense of parity. When you have the same teams or same individuals absolutely dominating a sport forever, for decades, I mean, it kind of pulls away from the excitement of the sport. I mean, unless you're a rabid fan of that individual or those people, that team, it kind of takes away from it. And I mean, I don't seeing a team like Golden State right now, right? Unless you're a Golden State fan, basketball can be kind of boring because it's almost a foregone conclusion. These guys are going to steamroll whoever they see in the playoffs and go to the championship.
Yeah, and you always hear people talking about how it's rigged.
Yeah, and then you have the Patriots have been good for a very, very long time, and it takes away from the excitement to see them in the same two games every year, the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. It's like fucking.
It was like the Yankees a decade.
It's like the Yankees during their height of their
during
success.
The Jeter years. Yeah,
during the Jeter years. It kind of sucks to be a fan of another team or to be a casual fan because you're just saturated with like one team or one, like Tiger Woods during his run.
Yeah.
You kind of just, all right, yeah, good for him.
For a while.
You golf clap, you say good for him, and that was really it. You weren't like, think about his first Masters, how excited you were during his first Masters, Vice, his last one. You just
I don't know how excited I was. I was in boot camp.
Well, I wasn't, and I was excited as hell that he finally won the Masters, and I was excited about the terrible reactions that people had to him winning a Masters.
Right.
I was stoked because he had done something of note. He was good, but he hadn't won his Masters yet, and now he's got the gold jacket. So, but then he starts
pro for a year.
But then he's won for so long, right? Before he had his incident with the wife and the pills and the crash and shit. He had won for so long that you just kind of like it was a footnote. You're just like, oh, okay, he won another fucking.
Yeah, it was kind of like you expected him to win.
You expected him to win,
right?
It takes away from the excitement of any sport, really.
To some extent, because I still want to see Serena get 25 because 25 would would put her as a standalone best woman player to ever play. She pretty much is assumed that now. Yeah. But it would the number would basically just say forget about it, like she's it.
Right, but you're a tennis head though. Like you're about this right? So if someone's a casual tennis fan who only pays attention to like something very interesting or something in passing, the existence of a Venus or Serena is off-putting because you see them constantly win. You're just
it's like I'm excited about the possibility that the Patriots could tie the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most Super Bowl wins ever.
No one else is though.
Right.
Exactly. I know this.
Like we understand that they can make history, but we're tired of seeing them.
Right, and all I'm saying is just let's get two more.
Well, here's the thing. Tonight, the men's finals is being played.
Yeah.
Federer is in the finals. Big shocker.
The shocker is that Nadal isn't there.
Well, that was just an injury. He just straight up got hurt. And he retired in the middle of his match because it was just like he's going to do more harm to himself. The injury wasn't necessarily serious, but if he had continued playing on it, it would have been
bad shape,
Yeah. So So you've got Fed against Chilich, which Fed holds a 8-1 record
Wow.
over Chilich.
Kind of owns him.
So
Pretty one-sided there.
pretty
Maybe a
much.
little bit.
Yeah. So Fed will probably have his 20th championship. So,
All right,
and I
congratulations
think
preemptively.
Yeah,
At-
tip
at-
of the cap
at-
if
right.
it does happen.
but at 36, that's pretty damn impressive considering
Yeah,
that he's
30,
been
yeah,
playing.
36
Yeah.
is considered really old in tennis, and for him to be still winning major championships at his age is a testament to his conditioning.
It's insane. Yeah,
it
it's
is
insane.
crazy. You're right. It really is, and I'm going to avoid the obvious reference here and move on.
Yeah, please.
Ah,
All right, mullets. Mullets.
Yes.
Round 2.
That's a
Matchups.
funny word.
Mullet.
Mullets is a funny word.
Mullet, it is a funny word. So, Dwayne
Shinsius.
number 1 seed. Dwayne
Blah, blah, blah.
Are you having a
Jaromir
seizure
Jagr.
over there?
No, I'm just having fun. So he matches up
Need me
against
to
the
get
number
you your
9 seed, Jaromir Jagr. The big unit, Randy Johnson. Number 12, Zona goes up against the coiffed one. Number 13, Andre Agassi.
Ooh.
In the last minute tiebreaker, Barry Melrose
The
upsets,
11 seed.
The 11th, upsets Chris Long, who was a 6 seed, to match up against Jeff Gordon, who somehow pulled off a win.
That there was pretty impressive over that there, Jeff
Wayne
Johnson.
Gretzky takes down
Marty McSorley,
to match up against Brian Tire Tracks Bosworth.
who has survived the crock.
I'm gonna start calling him Hitstick. Brian Truckstick Bosworth.
Boom.
Boom. And as usual, the voting for this round will be in the description of the video or the SoundCloud, podcast. So feel free to go down there, vote, share out the links, have your people vote. The more votes we get, the better. The more shit we can talk, and we shall see what we get. I think the Afros we had on 1 and 2 seed go against each other, right?
Yeah, Chalk wound up holding up in the finals.
Oh, good stuff. All right, so Kenny, let's talk about that Jacksonville New England game, shall we?
What was the final score of that?
It was pretty close, 24-20.
So, who won?
Uh,
Yeah, the New England Patriots have won another AFC championship.
Oh,
and
surprise!
yeah, well,
Rejoice.
it was
Never been here
it was
before.
in doubt for a while. The Jacksonville Jaguars came to play.
The Jacksonville Jaguars were whooping y'all's
They did.
asses.
Yeah,
And then Bortles happened.
no, Brady's hand was fine.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I
Wasn't
gotta
shit
say,
over his
like,
hand to begin with.
Well,
Yeah.
nah, he actually had like 10 stitches put in.
it was a cut.
It was a cut though. It didn't cut it. It was just it's just a flesh wound.
But it could get to be annoying if you leave it open and exposed.
They did have to glue the tape back down.
I know. Now,
What the
some
hell?
random observations here. Gronk got crushed on a helmet-to-helmet hit by Barry Church.
Wasn't a dirty hit though.
It
got
wasn't a
smacked,
dirty
though.
hit, but it was helmet-to-helmet.
It was illegal, but it was clean
Yes.
illegal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
many feel that was karma for the Tre'Davious White hit. And
Who the hell
I
would say
say,
some shit like that?
if you really gotta go there, fine. Go for it.
I don't know.
But he is in the concussion protocol and could potentially miss the Super Bowl.
That changes the complexion of the game if he's not in there.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Now, Blake Bortles actually threw for more passing yards than Tom Brady in this game.
He looked okay. He
looked good in
He
the
looked
first
really
half.
good.
Off the
Actually.
play action pass, Blake Bortles was good in the short intermediate passing.
Yeah, but the thing was, the Patriots' run defense was a sieve in the first half.
It was. They
know.
I'll tell you what happened because I watched that one. In the second half, they started exclusively run blitzing. Blake Bortles' the entire offense for the Jaguars is predicated on the play action.
Yeah.
So if they can't get Fournette going, they can't depend on his arm. They can't depend on Bortles' arm to just win them the game. So this is
Yeah, they took away the run and they made him a one-dimensional
made him
team.
one-dimensional. Made him
And
have
Blake
to pass.
Bortles, we found out, what?
He's not that good.
Yeah, he still is not that good.
No, he's still very much Blake Bortles.
Yeah, he threw for 200 plus yards in the first half, and he had like 75, 80 in the second
I
half.
will tell you that he did play cleanly, though. No
Yeah,
turnovers out
he
of
didn't
Bortles.
blow the game so much as he didn't actually win them.
But all right, so we knew they weren't going to win on his arm anyway. I mean, Jacksonville's only chance was the running game of the defense. We knew that Blake Bortles is not the quarterback who's going to come through in the clutch with his arm. He needs everything to fall his way.
We know he's not a franchise.
He's not. He's because think about this, right? You can make this team and make it look like the 2008 Giants. Is that the team that last one? 8? Who was the first Giants team that beat you guys in the Super Bowl?
07.
07, right? Where you had a young Eli Manning who was very much like a Blake Bortles with a stout defense and a solid running game,
Yeah,
right?
they did have a solid running game.
The difference is Eli can step up and be clutch when he needs to in the postseason, and Bortles cannot. Right? The defense and the running game carried them to the game, but during the game, Eli was able to rise up and produce as a franchise quarterback. Blake Bortles cannot do that.
Yeah, no,
seriously,
he can't. You're right.
Because I want to say the team that Eli played was much more dominant than the team that Bortles just played.
Definitely.
Much more dominant.
I'll agree with you. Like this is one of the weakest Patriots defense to make a Super Bowl.
It is. So
out of the 10 teams that have.
See, I don't need all that extra shit.
I'm just saying. All right, fine. All right. But so moving along through this, the run defense showed up because at a point in the second quarter, the Patriots were down 14-3, and then they were down 20-10 in the fourth quarter. They looked overmatched at times.
Yes.
And many people think that Miles Jack had a touchdown stolen from him.
It was a bang bang play. You know,
I mean, you could have made an argument either way. If people were, which feeds into the next argument of how people were saying that the refs were biased towards the Patriots because the Jags had 6 penalties called against them and the Patriots only had 1. All right, so let's break down those penalties. A lot of them, the refs had to call on them. Like
offsides,
delay of game, illegal shift.
Got
the helmet to helmet.
Yeah, I got to call that one too.
The pass interference, I'll admit, that was laughable.
The first pass interference was dubious at best.
Exactly. That was a great acting job by Brandon Cooks.
Dubious at best. Those guys were, they run down the field. Both were being very physical. I thought it was clean by both players.
Yes.
And the ref tossed to Hanky. And you know what? Shit
happens. But for the most part, Cleet Blakeman, the referee assigned to this game.
His fucking name is Cleet?
His name is Cleet.
I thought Cleet Blakeman was just some weird misspelling you had for Blake Bortles.
No, but I'm saying he let them
that's
play.
actually a thing. That's
he and his crew.
Like, wow, come on.
He fucking named this son Cleet. Well, I was wearing Cleet when I conceived him, so I guess I called him Cleet.
But yeah, he let the Jags and the Patriots play for the most part. They both got away with holding.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to know how this shit is spelled, man.
Clete. Blake, man.
Like Cleet is short for Cletus.
That there, name there. So when you strip away the referee component of the game,
but you can't play the game without cleats, man.
All right. And I'm just I still can't believe though that there are people insinuating that the refs were biased towards helping the Patriots.
I'm fucking good, baby. I'm good.
Oh yes, you are.
Oh God, I'm over here. I'm fucking dying.
You need me to get your gummies.
His name is Cleet Blakeman. Someone left the hospital like, you just named that motherfucker Cleet Blakeman.
Yeah, no. But conspiracy theorists are saying that Cleet and his company were celebrating a touchdown in the end zone with him. I mean, did you actually watch what happened there? No. He rushed in to he thought he was breaking up a fight, but then he realized it was just 2 Patriots exuberantly over celebrating. And he's like, oh, God, this is so God. I just tried to break up a fight between the same 2 teammates. Oh, my God.
Should have threw a flag. Fuck it.
Should have. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Should have gave him a tech and had someone shoot free throws.
Everything bad that somebody says about the Patriots, you must refute it. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I have not done my duty as a fan unless I have done so.
You know what? That's very New England fandy of you.
Well, hey, fine. But let's face it, though. In the end, Jacksonville's immaturity and lack of composure cost them, as did injuries and fatigue finished them off.
All right, so I'll tell you what cost them that game. What cost them that game was the offense's inability to move the ball in the second half, right? So, you got to run the ball. to get Blake Bortles going in the intermediate passing game. They take away the run, right? So now you're going 3 and out. Your defense is playing lights out, but they can only have but so many snaps in them, right? You don't have a rotation. Your starters are all you got. You got no depth behind them, right? No depth at all. Once Miles Jack goes down with a cramp, Calais Campbell goes down with a cramp, fatigue.
Yeah.
That D-line can't get upfield after Brady. Brady, I don't give a shit how many people you drop in the coverage. You give Brady enough time, or any quarterback in the NFL enough time, they are going to pick you the fuck apart.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. If you want to, how did the Giants beat Brady? They beat him up for 4 quarters. Yeah. You have got to have him under duress for the entire game. The second you get tired, Atlanta got tired last year.
Yes, they did.
Y'all mounted a comeback. Jacksonville got tired. That's
Seattle in Super Bowl 49.
Seattle got tired.
They got tired, and then also had guys leave with injuries.
They got tired. And they lost
Jeremy Lane.
They lost somebody else too. They lost an outside linebacker.
Bobby Wagner.
Thank you. They lost Wagner. So
didn't hurt that they had a stupid ass coach who made a stupid ass decision on.
That was as we have said before. That was part of Pete Carroll fulfilling his promise to Patriots fans in 1997
that he would win him a Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Fucking shit. All right.
Careful what you say. Careful what you say.
So if you don't mind,
did they mail him a ring though? That's all I want to know.
No, that's what.
That's
what.
Hey, yeah, that's fine. But you know what? There was another. What?
Isn't that the ring that Vladimir Putin jacked from Robert Kraft?
No, that's the one where we beat the Eagles.
Oh.
Wow!
Oh, damn!
I felt the earth move.
Yeah, you should.
That was a fart.
Rage.
So there was another game last Sunday, and 2 other teams played that weren't in New England.
Well, there was one team, and then somebody showed up from the Midwest. I think they got lost on the tour bus.
Yeah, they were too busy worrying about getting back there to play a game at home or something.
Is when like 2 teams or 2 like opposite sides like show up, and one of them didn't.
So basically, what that was a clinic.
Everybody called on the Vikings to win in Philadelphia. The Eagles have no chance.
I did.
Hold on. Yeah. Kenny certainly did. Right now, where I was wrong is I called a close game. This was not a close game.
What the fuck happened?
This was an ass whooping. But this is why I have faith in my boys.
Because why? Because Carson Wentz went down and Big Dick Nick stepped the fuck up.
Dude, a guy with an eye patch on was interviewed, and that was his quote. Dude, but the pass rush. I keep trying to tell folks, like, the Eagles' defense at home is damn ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
At home, and the Vikings were going to have to bring their A game. You got Thielen, who has fractures in his back, playing.
Yep.
You have a bunch of players who are banged up. You got a suspect offensive line, and you got Case Keenum, who, while mobile, isn't good enough to outrun that front 4, 8, whatever, how many defensive linemen we suit up for that game. Now
you just don't have to worry about
it. Comes out, the Vikings immediately score. Go down the field, score. We have penalties. We have busted coverages. It looks bad. The Eagles look unprepared. I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? All right, cool. Eagles get the ball, punt. Oh, shit. All right, cool. Vikings starting to get a drive going. Chris Long, one of those additions from New England.
The dirty mullet.
Hits Case Keenum's arm, causes the ball to float. Patrick Robinson grabs it, pick 6, takes it back to the house. The entire arena shifts right there. That can be viewed as the momentum shift.
That was it right there. When they tied it up at 7-7, that was it.
However, they still had life. And I will say this: when the Vikings officially died was when they drove down to the red zone and Barnett stripped them and Chris Long recovered. Long, again, that's when the life went out of their eyes, right? So their top sack master, Everett Griffin, was held to no sacks. He was almost held off the stat sheet by a second-year player, backup for Jason Peters. He basically they clowned the aggressive Minnesota defense.
Yes, they did.
Their offensive line was able to completely stonewall their defensive line, which is their strength. And so the number 1 overall defense in the NFL had freaking 31 points put up on them. 31 points. And then the Eagles defense put up 7 points as well. So it really did not go the way anyone expected. No one called a blowout. No one called a blowout. Some folks called Eagles wins, most called Vikings wins, but nobody called the blowout. That was a pretty single-sided fucking game.
It definitely was. I was shocked. But then I was also still coming down from
Your Patriots game.
And I might have been slightly inebriated.
That's fine. It still
I was
happens.
hammered. Who
It happens.
kidding?
Look,
I had done shots of Jaeger in celebration.
bro, when
But what I did see of that game was like total domination.
when Nick Foles throws 7 incompletions and a majority of them are drops, that's when you know
Yeah.
they had a good game. Because Nick Foles went out
against
there
the number one defense.
against the number 1 overall defense. They absolutely shredded the Vikings. I mean, every time you thought something was covered or a play was busted, it ends up in a fucking touchdown. Torrey Smith had one hit him in the pads
Yeah.
in the beginning of the game, and then he catches this weird-ass flea flicker with
Yeah.
2 people hanging off of him for a touchdown.
Like, how did they complete that one?
Hey, look.
It was preordained.
I don't know. So,
But now, Minneapolis has to go through the painful process
of hosting Eagles fans.
of not just that, but painting the Eagles logo in a
Oh
Vikings
man, that
end
looks
zone.
so weird to see the Eagles logo in around all those purple seats, man. So Vikings fans are pretty fucking salty about this. Which, come on, experience should tell you weren't going to win. All right, look, you guys. History has proven that y'all don't come out on top in these situations. All right,
0-4 in
is true.
Super Bowls too.
Let's all right. So the whole you used your miracle up on the wrong game because honestly, you had no business having to come back against a Saints team you were beating the shit out of home.
Yeah,
So
they were up
you-
17-0.
So you really aren't that great to begin with. So when you walk into that fucking wheat thresher that is the Eagles defense, that's the kind of shit that happens.
It was more of a hornet's nest.
It was definitely baddies, a lot of baddies out there.
It was chaos incarnate.
It was beautiful.
I know you enjoyed it.
But what makes it worse is you have these Vikings fans like, I'm going to sign up to be Uber and I'm just going to drop Eagles fans off at the wrong place. Like, okay, all right, so let's
That's some salty ass bullshit.
Let's
it
make
really
believe that
is.
you're actually going to do
That's
this, right?
not cool.
So you're going to have an Eagles
Yeah.
fan get in the car and you're going to drive them out in the middle of nowhere and they're just going to get the fuck out the car? Like, do you know what's going to happen to you if you
You
have a
might
car
get
full
the
of
shit beat
Eagles
out of you.
fans? They're just going to take your car.
No. Yeah, seriously. You are not going to have your car anymore.
No, you're going to be the
So
asshole
right.
stranded out there. Like, they're under no obligation to get the fuck out the car. And then, because it's kidnapping, they can whoop your ass, take your car, and escape. Because that's what it is.
They were under duress.
Not to mention that they can see where you're going and what your route should be because Uber shows them what the route should be as well.
Right, exactly.
So does Lyft.
That's stupid.
Also, Airbnb, which I'm not a big fan of anyway for a variety of reasons, is refusing to rent to Eagles fans coming in town
What?
because they are worried about what happens after the game.
We know what's going to happen in Minnesota.
You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I actually kind of get that one. I'm like, oh, okay, I get that. Like,
Yeah.
What I
Ain't
really
it too
fans
cold
have
to be
zero
doing
chill.
Stupid shit out there. It's like, I mean, come on. It's too
Philadelphia
cold.
fans are no different than all right. So Philadelphia fans are no different from any other fan base, right? We're just somehow more notorious for doing the same shit everyone else does. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, it's we've gone over this, and you know, I'm a homer, but I kind of acknowledge that there were times where at the Veterans Stadium that shit happened. Yeah,
I just looked at the game time temperatures, by the way.
yeah.
I mean, thank God this game's indoors. It's going to be
Jesus.
-1.
Oh my God, that'd have been beautiful outside.
Oh, yeah,
It's gonna be
cold.
what?
These
It's
teams
gonna be
can play in the
negative what?
cold.
Yeah, they can.
A -1 in Minneapolis.
-1 in Minneapolis on Sunday night, February the 4th. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, but like when it comes, if you're gonna shit, like if I'm gonna shit on Patriots fans, right? Calling them cheaters, all right, that's low hanging fruit and that's easy. And honestly, it doesn't do anything for you. You've got to like be a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
You really got to lean into things. You got to talk about how Tom Brady is a fancy dog because he has a special diet and he got to be groomed a certain way and taken care of. You got to walk him and fucking feed him and water him just right. You know, he's a fancy show dog.
Yeah, and then we got to rile up Eagles fans.
Especially
You got to talk
depending on his
about
haircut.
God's second son being sacrificed on the cross like his brother.
You know what? We're actually pretty excited about him coming back next year.
Yeah, he's going to rise from the dead next year, just like on Easter.
Maybe, but if you want to rile up Eagles fans, don't. The way to do it to talk shit about Eagles fans is not to call all of them louts or brutes or idiots, like Colin Coward did or a bunch of other people have chosen it. Don't go for the low hanging fruit because it's not good fruit.
No, you just remind them of their past failures.
Thank you. Bring up the loss of the Raiders. Bring up the 5 consecutive the NFC. Bring up Andy Reid. Fucking bring up Chip Kelly.
Bring up Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Look, there's
Super Bowl 39, anyone?
actually just bring up the times that the Cowboys beat the Eagles and knock them out of playoff contention. That right there, that'll get you a reaction. Let me tell you, as an Eagles fan, I can almost roll with a loss to the Giants. Cowboys.
There's some intense rivalries in the NFC East. Like a lot of my coworkers, they're like, I hate the Patriots, but I can't fucking root for the Eagles, man. Because we have a lot of pigskin fans at work. We have a lot of pigskins and Ravens fans.
And Ratbirds.
A lot of Steeler fans. I don't know. I still don't get the Steeler thing. I mean, yeah, we're close to Pennsylvania here, but
when they didn't have a team, some of them went with the Steelers.
With the Pennsylvania teams, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them picked the Eagles.
Some picked the Eagles. Before the
there's
Browns
so many
became
teams
the Ravens.
around here. We got to do like a road trip next season.
All right. So before we wax nostalgic,
yes.
Before we do that, let's go over the keys to the game for these respective teams. So let's start off with Kenny. Kenny, what do the Patriots have to do on offense in order to beat this Eagles defense?
Well, I think in order to beat this Eagles defense, because they have a great front four,
yeah,
you have to the offensive line, which has been suspect all season long, especially at right tackle, has to give Brady time. I mean, he has the quickest release of any quarterback in the league. Usually, it's about under 2 seconds.
1.86
usually.
Or
2.29.
He's just beaten the pass rush.
Yeah, he's just beaten the pass rush. So what he has to do is, use his running backs, use the receivers in those short hitch routes and the slants and the big thing for the Patriots, especially with getting the protection, is rub routes and double moves. If they can get those on the Eagles, you're going to see a lot of offensive fireworks, and it's going to open up the whole playbook. If the Eagles can defend those, you have to see the four-headed monster I always refer to, and then sometimes five, because you're like, what? They dress five? The running backs. They have to show up.
Yeah.
We need to remember that the New England Patriots have a pretty decent running game. Dion Lewis, Rex Burkhead,
James
Mike
White.
Gillislee, yes, and old Sweet Feet himself, the record receptions, yes. They need to show up. They did not show up against Jacksonville.
Okay. All right. So
and not only that, Gronkowski, he's got to play.
well, if he's still in concussion protocol, he's not suiting up.
Yeah, he isn't,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm hoping he's out of the concussion protocol, because old Stone Hands himself, Dwayne Allen, I think he spent most of the season on a milk carton because he was missing.
Well, when you got Gronkowski, it's
Yeah, but still, when he was
Kinda
targeted, he wasn't catching the ball, and I think he had 5 catches the entire season.
All right. So what I'm gonna say is, if the Patriots are gonna defeat this Eagles defense,
Yeah.
they have definitely got to go in a hurry up to negate that pass rush rotation. The Eagles' biggest asset is not the front four; it's the front 8. It's the fact that they can sub in an entire defensive line and still bring the heat play after play after play.
Yes, they can.
That is their biggest strength on defense. Everything feeds off of that.
Yeah.
So if the Patriots can sustain drives, not throwing complete. I mean, it almost have to play a perfect game and not have the ball hit the ground ever, because once it does, they're bringing in fresh bodies. But they're gonna have to run a hurry up, keep that same defensive line on the field so they can eventually wear out, and that's gonna buy Brady some of the time he needs, because even if you run short routes, the Eagles' back end has been a lot better than people have given it credit for, and they've covered those. Giants games, I don't know what happened against the Giants.
I don't either.
I don't either. I don't know. But so some of those routes aren't going to be there, right? Because they're going to be looking for those. So
Yeah.
they want Brady. If Brady has to pump, it's bad luck. If he's got a pump fake, that's a bad look. If he's got to hold on to the ball beyond his first progressions, that's a bad look.
If he has to run with the ball.
If he's got to move, it's a bad look, because the Eagles compress the pocket. They don't just they box you in and make you the way you can't step into throws. They do a lot of different shit. But if they go in a hurry up, and right, the screen game, Belichick was talking about this. The screen game and other things you do to take away from pass rush, the Eagles are great at defending that.
Yeah, they are.
The Eagles outside linebackers get out there, the defensive ends get out there. Like, you think you're going to run a screen, and it gets blown up for a 2-yard loss against this team. It doesn't make sense. So you got to figure out a way to sustain your drive and do it in a hurry-up offensive manner to negate that, to try to negate the pass rush, because these guys can play a full game, but they can't, you're not going to bring the fire for 60 straight minutes. You got to eventually sub some people out. But that's going to be the key to me for the Patriots to be successful. Gianni, you have anything to add on that one?
Yeah, I mean, just basically piggybacking on what you said. It's as Brady goes, so does New England, just like any other great player. So if they can put him on the ground, then that is going to mess with the defense's head.
Yeah.
And it's just like any other great player. So hopefully Philly can put him on the ground and
All right.
rush him for the entire 4 quarters.
Brandon, how does this Patriots offense negate that Philadelphia defense? How do they defeat that defense?
The way that they beat the defense is, for me, because Philly's defense flies all over the place. So Bill Belichick, in my opinion, is one of the he's one of the best coaches at making the proper adjustments. But the main thing that he's got to do is he has to get guys open. You got to get guys open. Tom Brady put the ball on the money every time. So you got to get guys open. Get those little chunk plays. Chunk plays, and slow the game down. Slow the game down. That way, you control time of possession, and I think that would win them the game.
Really? You think slowing it down and grinding it out is more than the hurry up offense?
I mean, against a defense like that, I mean, you have to take a little bit more of
you got to be methodical.
Okay.
I think honestly, if New England takes that approach, it's honestly, I believe that's to their detriment because it allows the Eagles to sub those linemen out.
I kind of agree.
And that is the look you don't want, is fresh waves of fresh linemen coming after you, because your offensive line is going to get tired.
Yeah, well, and not only that, but Adrian Waddle and Cameron Fleming against that Eagles defense scares me.
Yeah, the Patriots' offensive line.
We need Marcus Cannon.
So let's Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I write the checks around here. Who thought it was a good idea to pay Nick Cannon $9 million?
So let's go. All right, so Kenny, what does the Patriots defense have to do to nullify this Eagles offense that's been able to kind of do it from all over the place with no one particular player that's key, except for Wentz?
Well, they need to get a pass rush.
Okay.
They need to negate the Philadelphia run early. If you notice, they waited until the second half of the run blitzes.
Yes.
They allowed Jacksonville to establish the run early, and that in turn made Blake Bortles look like a better quarterback than he actually was.
Okay.
So I figure you take away the run. Nick Foles is a much better quarterback than Blake Bortles.
I agree.
I think, though, that if you also negate the run and put the game on Foles, the Patriots linebackers, though decimated by injuries, can at this point step up. I mean, even with the addition of one James Harrison, who is obviously weak in pass coverage, the Patriots linebacking core is a lot better. There's defensive secondary. Obviously, the defensive backs is what I'm going for here.
How do they deal with a combination of like Blount and Ajayi come out of the backfield? Because the Eagles, they run a power running game, but Ajayi is explosive as a power runner.
I think it's going to be with Ajayi, you also have the play action, which opens up the entire offense. It's going to be tough, and the linebackers are going to have to play the best game of the season.
Understood.
They got to crowd the line sometimes. They're probably going to need to. For some reason, Alan Branch has been a healthy scratch each game for the postseason. I kept saying, "Hey, he's going to be back this week." I was wrong. But they need that presence up front. They really need to establish a dominant presence up front, impose their will on the Philadelphia offensive line, which is hard to do because this Philadelphia offensive line is number one in the league.
It's a pretty damn good offensive line.
It is. And they don't give up many sacks. They give their quarterbacks time to throw.
Nick Foles was doing fucking calculus back there against the
Goddamn,
Vikings.
son. He had time to go out for groceries.
He might have done a couple lists, might have made a couple calls.
Yeah, he did.
Some Sudoku. Shit, man.
The New York Times
He might have
Sunday
written some thank you
crossword.
notes.
He probably read an interesting article on how the current climate affects the banana.
Exactly, and the Patriots
production.
cannot let that happen.
No,
they just can't.
So I agree. The Patriots absolutely have to put pressure on Foles. Right? Foles is a damn fine quarterback.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near as mobile as Wentz. He can take the hit, but he's not going to escape it as easily.
Yeah, like the strength of this New England defense is the defensive backs.
They have to make Foles throw off his back foot. If he steps into his throws, he's going to make that throw almost every time. So they got to make him uncomfortable early, which means you're going to have to maybe blitz him. And outstanding coverage on the outside.
Yeah.
I think it's a tall order I think it's a tall order because the Eagles' offensive line is pretty solid. So Patricia is going to have to make up some new schemes that they haven't seen that they can use in this game to take advantage because they are pretty good at adapting. I think it's a tall order. I think the offense. I think this is going to come down to the Patriots' offense having to pull magic out if they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. So Gianni, how do you feel about this?
I think that the Eagles defense is going to have to take some pressure off of Nick Foles. He can't feel like he has to go out there and score 40 points in order to win this game. And I think that, obviously, they're not playing Minnesota. They're playing a team, especially with Brady and with Belichick, who've been there before. So Huh? Yeah. We know.
Yeah. Where can
Yeah, we know that.
Fucker.
I don't say these things to rub it in. Jesus!
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, he's going to have to get over some nerves. He's going to have to, they're going to have to help him out a lot. Because not only, I mean, this is a dude that was like damn near out of the league a season or two ago.
Yeah, he almost retired a couple years ago.
Exactly. So they're going to have to take some pressure off of him, feeling like he's got to go out there and be the hero.
Okay.
That's basically what they got to do.
Okay. All right, Brandon. So how does the Patriots defense deal with this Eagles offense?
How does the Patriots defense deal with that offense? You have to, and I don't think that this would be much of a problem for Belichick and company, but anticipate and stop the run, which is a tall order, especially when you got two guys back there like Jay Ajayi and I almost called him Leonard Fournette and fucking LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah,
they can both get it done. Like they can both hit a home run. So
yeah,
you have to like that. You have to stop the run because their run is going to set up the pass all day long. You know,
do a lot of run-pass option where it's not a run or a pass until the ball is snapped, and then it becomes one or the other. That's something that Nick Foles was very successful with under Chip Kelly. So that's something that Doug Peterson
put that back in.
Put it back in just for Nick Foles because it is what made him successful. So why not?
Right.
So, all right, I guess let's segue into how the Eagles' offense has to beat that Patriots defense. I'll kick that one off. Absolutely got to run the run-pass option. It's got to be successful, right? It's all predicated on the zone blocking scheme of the Eagles' offensive line. Now, part of why the Eagles' offensive line is so good is if you watch the games, their blocking schemes are insane. The shit they do, like you'll see the looping and stunt. It's I've never seen such a complicated blocking scheme, but it absolutely seals down on everyone at the right times to spring those big plays, especially those Ajayi plays to the outside. He makes one guy miss, and he's off to the races because all the linebackers have been swallowed up by the offensive line. Lane Johnson can fucking dunk.
Yeah.
Wisniewski's a beast. Jason Kelsey's one of the fastest centers in the game who gets out into space, and he absolutely gleefully maul you down. I mean, this is a very athletic, strong offensive line who loves to do those things because it's playing defensive line, right? Trap blocking. I got put on my ass, trap blocked. The guard in front of me pulled, and I'm like, huh. And then the tackle came down and absolutely fucking T-boned me, and I'm on my back now, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here?
I think another key for the Eagles' offense is they have to establish success against whatever side of the field Malcolm Butler's on.
Well, in the passing game, you have some interesting matchups against that secondary. Yes, you have the big guy with Jeffrey who's able to make those, who actually to make those contested catches. You have Zach Ertz, who, while not a Gronkowski, is pretty fucking good.
Damn good tight end.
Damn good. Torrey Smith catches them sometimes, which is enough. No, it's enough for you to where you can't just let him run.
Yeah.
You have to.
You can't
account for Torrey Smith.
You know what he can do.
And Nelson Aguilar has gone into the slot and become quite the problem for a lot of people.
He has come up a lot.
Honestly, believe that third cornerback, that slot guy, is going to have the biggest role in that defensive backfield, having to put the clamps on Aguilar because
Johnson Batamosi is going to have that role.
He's a very explosive player once he gets the ball. I mean, he has got okay hands right now, but if he catches the ball, there's a chance that he'll make a guy miss and he's off to the races. So I think on the defensive back end, that slot cornerback is probably going to need help over the top. It could definitely it presents the Eagles passing game presents a lot of problems, but if you can get
Well, not only that, but like if when you get into like needing help over the top, if you go right at Patrick Chung, he's the weaker of the two coverage safeties for the Patriots, whereas Devin McCourty is your stronger link. I think the Eagles can figure out where the weaknesses
they're probably going to bring Chung into the box.
Yeah, they probably are just do run stuffing.
Yeah, probably. So, all right, Kenny, how do you think that the Eagles' offense, what they got to do to beat the Patriots' defense in this game?
I think obviously you got to establish the run.
Got to get a Jai Blount and Clement going.
Yeah, get them going. That opens it up for Foles. If Foles gets comfortable, then he's completing passes to the big guys all day. Use Zach Ertz against the linebackers liberally. I think the linebackers in pass coverage are weak, with the exception of Kyle Van Noy. Because James Harrison at this point of the career, he's a quarterback.
He's a bull rusher. He can't even do speed rushing anymore. He's strong as hell.
Eric Lee, he's a practice squad replacement who has performed well.
Okay.
I remember watching him on Monday Night Football against Miami and saying, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah. You and everyone else.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
Do I have his jersey? No. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, pretty much. Is it available on NFL.com? No.
Belichick's over here like, are we paying this motherfucker? Yeah. No.
It is what it is.
I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, we're on to Philadelphia.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So Gianni, what do you think that the Eagles' offense got to do to take down to get past that Patriots defense?
I think that they're going to have to strike early. I think that they're going to have to really just gain some confidence because, again, I think that we can all agree that they're weaker on offense, especially with Nick Foles. And so I think that if they can strike early and just maybe take some shots down the field, take some chances, they can't play too safe. I think that's one of the things that Jacksonville did wrong. Like, they were up and they were kneeling with a minute left in the second quarter.
Yes. Yep. You know what? So what you're saying is Peterson has to remain as aggressive as he's been all year. Basically, this is it. Ball's out.
It's the Super Bowl. Lay it all on the line.
Gianni,
pretty much.
You know what? That's a
solid analysis.
That's a fucking solid take right there. Brandon?
Yeah.
I know it's going to be tough to follow that shit, but
fucking follow it.
As far as offensively,
yeah.
Philly they got to run the ball. I'm pretty sure everybody has said this shit already, but they have to run the ball and anticipate Bill Belichick's defensive adjustments because he always makes adjustments like every game. It never fails. So run the ball, and when all else fails, run the ball some more. Like you have to come out and punch them right in the mouth.
Fair. Yeah. Fair analysis. Okay.
Right in the mouth, and just you got to let your running back set the tone because it'll take pressure off of Nick Foles, and it'll open up the offense.
Well, thankfully we have a couple tone-setting running backs back there.
Exactly.
We really should send Miami a nice edible arrangement for that Jai trade.
Boy, they punished him all right.
I'll tell you what. Let me fuck up and have someone send me to a team like that. You really showed me, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Damn it all! I should have definitely fallen in line.
Damn, I learned my lesson.
Oh yeah.
Damn, this trophy's heavy.
Damn, it's that time already.
Damn. Oh, we got one more analysis.
Yeah.
Yep, we got one more. What does the Philly defense got to do to stop that old dependable Patriots offense? And this is the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Because
this is the biggest challenge of the game.
The Patriots always find a way. If you look at the Super Bowl victories, these aren't blowouts. 3, 4 points, all of them.
None of the Brady Belichick era Super Bowls have been decided by more than a possession.
Yeah, so this is an offense that knows how to score when it counts the most at the end of the game.
Yeah.
All right. The Philadelphia defense absolutely has to get itself off the field, has to get in Tom Brady's face, has to make him uncomfortable, has to make him bitch and whine for that game for the entire 60 minutes. They cannot afford to take the foot off the gas at all defensively. Yeah. Schwartz cannot blitz because Brady he will punish you if you bring 5 people. So you got that front four, that front eight have got to bring the heat every fucking play.
Yeah.
He's always got someone waiting in the wings.
Right. Philadelphia is number one in run stopping. That's got to continue on during this game. They got to make the Patriots one-dimensional.
Yep.
You got to force them to pass. And because if they can make him hold a ball a little bit, they can start teeing off on Brady. Because Brady's not going to escape the pass. I mean, he's elusive to a point as far as he'll step up. But he's not going to, like, dip your guy and stiff arm another guy. And he's not going to do some, like, Carson Wentz shit.
Like, if you it's like, I saw, what was it, Brady gained, I did a 15-yard scramble in the Super Bowl last year.
Shit must have took like half an hour.
Fucking A.
Shit must have took like half
But
an hour.
I'll tell you right now, the thing that stands out to me as the most key thing for the Eagles, you cannot allow Brandon Cooks to take the top off of this defense.
You know, the Eagles have, they're probably going to put Darby over there. Darby's pretty good. Jalen Mills, who's number 31, he's a 7th round pick out of LSU. And, man, he has something else.
Yeah.
So he does really well against those, like Julio Jones. Like, who the fuck is a 7th rounder going against Julio Jones? He's the guy who prevented Julio Jones from scoring. Like he's
an
good
undrafted free agent covered him pretty well too.
Well,
Julio.
Well, Julio, Xavier Rhodes fucking shut down Julio. Julio could be shut down either way.
Yeah, anyway.
These aren't 7th. I mean, come on,
but
7th rounder
is
a stretch for any position, let alone a cornerback starting in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. And I think though, when you get down to it, they do. You know, the Eagles defense they have to get in Brady's face.
They got to. I mean, they definitely got to get in Brady's face. The secondary is able to do a lot of cool things because the front four brings so much pressure. Brady is great at keeping his eyes downfield. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
the Eagles have got to bring the heat.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah,
Gianni, what does the Eagles defense have to do to stop that Patriots offense?
Yeah, as I said earlier, I mean, everything just it depends on Tom Brady. They have to put him on the ground. Simple and plain. They have to make him feel like he's 40.
Wow, make him feel like he's 40.
That's real.
Actually feel his age.
Yeah, holy shit. Make him wow. Okay. Brandon?
Going off of what Gianni said, you gotta seriously, you have to punish Tom Brady in this game. Like you gotta beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
Everything. I mean, if you stop it at the head, everything else will fail. So you also have to take into consideration that you're not going to be able to stop everything that he does.
Right.
So you have to keep constant pressure on him. Like, let him know you're there.
Yeah, you can't let him be comfortable.
Yeah, you got to let Tom Brady know, hey man, you're gonna have to fight for this, man. You're not about to beat us. So it's just a matter of getting to him and hitting him. Get to him, hit him, knock him on his ass, and force 3 and outs.
He's got to feel like he's about ready to sign up for AARP.
Exactly.
Well, shit. All right,
Damn.
so beat up
Make
on
him
Tommy.
feel like he should have retired after the last.
That's
Super Bowl.
honestly their game plan, though. Go ahead, beat up on Tommy. Be half the death.
Everybody's game plan is beat up on Tommy. Does it always work?
Well, all right. So let's take off our homer hats for a second here. What team has the Patriots what team that you're aware of has the defensive line depth that the Eagles have within the last 5 years? Because I've seen teams make
none that I can
big
think
investments in their defensive line, but they're always for starters.
Right.
They're not having Chris Long come off the bench to pass rush next to a first-round draft. You know how many first-round draft picks the Eagles have in their defensive line?
None.
No. Brandon Graham's a first-rounder. Vinny Curry's a second-rounder. Chris Long's a first-rounder. Fucking...
I thought you were going to say there were none.
No. The rookie is a first-rounder. They've got... Fletcher Cox is a first-rounder. They've got more first-rounders on their defensive line than anyone else in the NFL.
Yeah.
They got first-rounders coming off the bench. So when you have that kind of investment in a defensive line, it presents a very unique problem because, honestly, I can't think of another. I think of those great Giants teams from the early aughts, right? It was the front four, wasn't the front eight. They were able to beat people down off that defensive
Justin
line.
Tuck, Michael Strahan.
Yep, Tuck, Strahan. These guys were monsters, but who was behind them? Who played behind them? Who came off the bench for these guys? You don't know who these fuckers were. So the Eagles present a very, very unique problem that no one's really been able to solve this year. And the Giants had success to a point, and I think that's just the nature of playing in the division.
Yeah.
But no one really else, like that game against Minnesota shouldn't have been like that. And it's partially because Minnesota, their offensive line could not deal with having to deal with fresh rushers all the time. So really, who have the Patriots faced that has that one thing going on for them? I mean, there isn't anyone. So I think this game is very, very unique. And how it's going to be game planned out for both
defensive
teams.
line depth is going to be a challenge. I think Jacksonville was probably the best defense we've played all season to this point.
Overall defense, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teams that have given them a challenge. Carolina presented an interesting challenge for us.
Carolina does that. Cam Newton's he's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
He's just
He's
Well, yeah, but I
massive,
mean the defense,
massive
though.
human.
Kuechly and that defensive unit.
Kuechly's very fast. He's very smart too.
Yeah, and they were one of the 3 teams to beat the Patriots this season.
That was early in the year, though. The Patriots defense was in bad shape early in the year.
Yeah, bad D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 4?
Yeah, it was week 4.
Week 3. We beat Carolina in the next, I think, week 4 or 5. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
You beat Carolina in like week 5.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, all right, Kenny,
Yes.
Gianni, Brandon, let's
Yes.
talk about our favorite individual play in any Super Bowl. All right, so I'm going to start this one off, right? My favorite play, and I don't have any for the Eagles because we don't have any wins. But
Right.
this could change. Could change in a few days. When James Harrison picked off the ball against the Cardinals in the end zone and ran that shit back, I like nothing more than a fat guy touchdown, and that was the closest thing I can get to a fat guy touchdown. That guy probably needed an IV bag and 2 bottles of oxygen after that.
Thank God it was halftime.
He looked like he was gonna die running that shit back. But to me, I was like, that was really cool. Like, it was a big play. It got Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald. They had an outstanding Carolina team, Cardinals team, and the big guy runs one back.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh shit, look at that. Been cut twice. Just undrafted. A guy. That was my favorite Super Bowl play, and I know I'm not a big Steelers fan at all, but I do like James Harrison.
I do too.
I think he's
one of those guys who's always kept it real.
Super real.
Yeah.
Super duper real.
Yeah.
Okay, Dork, what is your one play in Super Bowl history? What is the one play that is your favorite?
This is gonna sound, excuse my homerism here.
That's fair. You got like 1,000 plays. To
Super Bowl
choose from.
36.
Okay.
Right.
Who's that against?
The Rams. The
Okay,
first one.
Okay.
Brady throws a 23-yard completion to Troy Brown with like 30 seconds left. It gets him across midfield, and then everybody in the room stops and say, "Oh my God, I think they're in field goal range.
They're gonna do this.
Holy shit!"
They're gonna do
Like,
this.
it fucked our heads up. Like, we kept waiting for them to fucking find a way to blow it,
Yeah.
and then, oh my God, they're gonna do this.
Wow.
And then obviously 2 plays later, the ball's through the uprights, and the Patriots have won their first Super Bowl.
And Terry is the hero.
It was amazing. But Tom Brady showed some cojones on that final drive, and that one play there embodied it. And it was like, holy cow, that's awesome.
All right. Awesome. All right. So, Gianni, what's the one moment in Super Bowl history to you that the one play that is just your favorite play?
Okay, here's the thing. I can't even remember this dude's name. But when the Giants beat New England, the crazy catch where the dude,
Kenny knows his name. Kenny, what's his name?
Yes.
The helmet catch?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say
David fucking Tyree.
David Tyree, that's right.
Yes.
I
yes.
mean, a close second being Mario fucking Manningham.
I'm like, rage!
Yes.
Sad
So
place.
I have that one. It's a 2-way tie with that one and
You did that on purpose.
no, I mean that was a great fucking play. I mean
It was.
That was
It
wild.
was.
Rodney
did a
Harrison
damn
hanging all
skit
over him.
about
Yeah.
it.
Well, the one time he
I
didn't
mean,
go
come
for
on.
his head.
Yeah, it was legal back then.
Yeah.
And then the second one being for me, Terrell Davis.
Oh, man.
Like that dude, he had a flak jacket on for his ribs, was having an asthma. I mean, everything that could possibly be
Migraines.
wrong with a running back. was wrong with him, and he still went in and scored a touchdown before the half. It was really pretty freaking amazing.
That is a pretty damn amazing performance. Very Willis Reed of him.
Yeah.
Very.
Yes, very.
All right.
Very.
Brandon, I think I know which one this is going to be, though. I think I do.
Of course, man. Super Bowl 41, the opening kickoff. Devin Hester taking it all the way to the house.
Oh.
I thought you were going with Fridge.
Okay.
No.
No, not the Fridge. That's
All right.
And
He
you
did
know what?
Devin
You know what?
Hester.
The only
That
reason
was a great
why-
one.
That
The
was
only
great.
reason why I don't go with the Fridge is because I felt like Walter Payton was really shafted.
Should have gotten the touchdown there. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. But Devin
why
Hester.
are you kicking to Devin Hester?
Because you don't know any better. Why would you fucking
Why
kick
not?
Yeah, that was the dumbest damn.
It's like-
first of all, that was just dumb.
Why would you kick to Deshaun
then, yeah.
Jackson? I don't know.
Miracle in the Meadowlands.
Yeah, the second one actually.
Yeah.
So all right. So let's get into the shitty beer of the week. Greetings, I'm Dirk Digley of the Philadelphia Digglers,
And I'm Kenneth Dorksworth of the Connecticut Dorksworth.
and we are here to give you Dirk Digley's shitty game time beer of the week. Oh, let me grab this motherfucker right here.
So,
All
yeah.
right. We have Miller 64, a 64 calorie light beer. Perfectly balanced, it says on the label. All right, Kenny, let's do the honors here. This is like really angry water that's trying to pretend to be beer.
It tastes like it tastes like a new flavor of Perrier.
Like, all right, so you know those
I
hard
love the
seltzers?
fact that water can be angry. That's
No, you know
awesome.
those like seltzer waters and shit?
Yeah.
Like the ones, actually we reviewed them a while ago. Hard seltzers, right? They're supposed to be like the seltzer water, but with hooch in them. Like, if one of those was trying to get into a club only made for beer, so it went and it got his buddy to do some
How do
makeup.
people get drunk on this stuff?
They don't.
Thank you.
They don't. This is a step above non-alcoholic beer.
This is like Bud Select. Yeah.
This is, all right. So, all right. Would I drink this beer during the game? I guess, because I literally could drink all of them, and to no repercussion, I'd be fine.
If I wanted to drive home from the bar, just fine. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, I might actually switch over to these when I want to slow down, because it's like having a glass of water, except if it's pretending to be a
pretending
beer.
a beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's water pretending to be beer is what this is.
Yeah.
But it's not good at pretending to be a beer. Like it's the first time it's trying to sneak into the club for beers, but it doesn't quite know how to do the makeup.
Yeah.
That's what this is. like the ID card has literally pencil written on it. That's what this beer is.
Yeah. It's McLovin.
It's McLovin. This is the McLovin of beers. So
Wow.
what I mean, I guess I'd drink it during the game, but it would not be my first choice at all.
I would hit you if you tried to hand me this in
You
during
know,
a
if that's
game.
all I have, motherfucker, that's what you're drinking.
I will not drink.
All right, do either of you have a beverage you want to talk about?
I do not.
All right.
Yeah, I've got coffee.
All
We're
right.
alcoholics.
Per tradition, we have to take and look up at the clouds where we see
Yes.
the symbol.
Oh wow.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah, it's right there, man.
Kind of shiny today.
It is. It's a special.
it
day.
is.
It's
Yes.
You know, good times are coming.
Holy super shitty indefensible hot takes, Diggler. What are we gonna do now?
Johnny Dork to the take mobile. Okay, hold on. I guess I just gotta get this started. Hold on. It takes a minute. It's kind of old. All right.
Really?
All right. I think. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. All right. So it's on for the shitty hot takes. All right, my shitty hot take is Michigan State University gets the fucking death penalty. As a
The
school.
whole
Oh my
university.
God.
The whole university, all sports are taken off the board, not bowl
Kids
eligible.
can transfer freely.
Kids can transfer freely. You're not invited to the NCAA tournament. You're not invited
Tom
to
Izzo's
shit.
fucking fired. Mark D'Antonio's fucking fired.
You can't even organize a chess game because you can't be champion type shit. That's what I'm talking about. I know it won't happen because everybody sucks, but I
Yeah.
really want it to happen.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
all
after
for
what
it.
happened with SMU 30 years ago, nobody wants to administer that penalty anymore.
Let's fucking do it, man.
Fuck that.
It's
This
pipe
one is
shit.
worth it.
Penn
Yeah.
State got close, but it only but
Then they
Penn
put,
State did get really close.
yeah.
Not close enough though.
no, this shouldn't happen. All right, Dork, what you got?
So, yeah, the Pro Bowl's happening. And you know what? It's
Is it
happening
now?
in Orlando instead of Hawaii, and a lot of players, well, they're just happy about it because that means that people are going to flock down to that shithole of a stadium, and they're going to sit there and love it because, wow, what a great facility they're holding the Pro Bowl in.
They
I
really got to
can't.
pick a better place for the Pro Bowl.
Oh, God, I was like, seriously, don't laugh at me. Well, you're going to anyway. I went to WrestleMania was there this year.
I'm going to assume that every stadium you've been to outside of Gillette Stadium is because you were at a WrestleMania there.
No,
No?
M&T Bank Stadium.
Fair,
Yeah,
but I know you
went
went
earlier
there
this year.
as
Yeah.
part of he went there this year.
Yes.
All right.
But I'm saying, I've been to other stadiums for games.
Oh!
But, all right. But I've been inside Citrus Bowl, Toilet Bowl, whatever we're calling it. What a shithole. Like, seriously. Put the fucking Pro Bowl in a better stadium.
Oh, man.
Or if you're going to make them play in a dump, take it back to Honolulu.
Yeah, Aloha Stadium's fucked up. All right. So, Gianni, what is your hot take?
My hot take is that New England gets beat the way that Denver got beat in Super Bowl 48.
Oh, Lord. You mean, all right, so if it starts with a shotgun snap that goes over his head, that's
Yes.
going to be eerily prophetic. I'll be okay with it, but that's eerily prophetic right there because that was a fucking thorough beatdown right there, man.
He's
I
gonna
mean,
see
so
you a
damn.
personal hug.
I
Thorough.
really felt bad. I was like, someone needs to go give that dude's forehead a hug.
The 5 head.
And they
Like
still couldn't wrap their arms
if you
around
can spell
it.
the word 4 with 5 or 6 letters, that's how you would describe his fucking head.
4!
Start adding them silent British characters in there. Like, why is there an E at the end of this?
Yes.
Why aren't there 2 U's in here? What the fuck? All right, Brandon.
Yes, Netherlands.
Bring me your hot take, sir.
All right, my hot take revolves around the All-Star game.
Okay.
So, for the All-Star game, not even the actual game, All-Star Saturday night, we get a surprise appearance in the slam dunk contest from none other than LeBron James.
I would love that.
I would.
And he comes
that would
out
be
and
great.
wins.
Of course, he's LeBron, but I would love to see that.
About damn
Everyone
time.
would. That's why.
That's why it won't happen.
Yeah.
Why it won't fucking
Right.
happen. Oh man, no, that's a pretty good take, man. Because we know he's never going to do that, but fuck, we want to see it.
No.
Yeah,
Especially
we do.
now.
Yeah, especially now. He's getting up there. His hairline
Twilight.
is back by his ears now.
Ugh.
He had it shaded in though. He had someone do his hairline made a comeback, just like he did.
He's got some gray and white in his beard now.
He's getting old, man.
He's younger than
10 years
us.
in, man. Come on.
Look, he got a bunch of
Yeah.
kids. He been under the spotlight his whole adult life. He's got some years on him, bro. Yeah,
Still not buying it. But whatever.
Whatever. All right, so hey, next week we're gonna be doing a live show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're actually gonna jump on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Facebook Live and YouTube because YouTube allows live streaming too, I think.
Okay.
So we're gonna have both computers going upstairs. We're gonna do our Dirt and Dork pre-show for the Super Bowl where we
Dirt
sit there.
Diggler shitty pregame show.
Yep, shitty pregame Super Bowl Superb Owl show.
Oh, right.
It's a Superb Owl show. because
NFL legal team stand down.
You don't want to get sued. It's not a Super
Just
Bowl
go
show.
back to finding whatever bullshit cheating allegations against the Patriots we were preparing.
Superb Owl Bowl. I'll see if there's a way I can bring in Gianni and Brandon if they're into that kind of shit. But definitely Dork and I will be sitting there drinking, eating cheesesteak sliders, wings, and some kind of chowder.
Yeah. Chowder.
Chowder. If
You say it right, Frenchie.
Yeah.
if you're fancy. But yeah, so join us. Look us up. I'll be on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be publishing the links to where you should be able to find on the page. And join us. Tune in. We're going to be talking a lot of shit. It's going to be completely unedited. We'll probably be half drunk. It's going to be great, man. I'm telling you. Look, if I could
Only half
remember it,
drunk?
I'm sure it'd be worth remembering.
I mean, I took a half day from off of work for Monday.
I don't even know. I think
Yeah, you're doing it the right way.
Yeah,
I
think I'm gonna take the
wanted
whole
to
day.
take the whole day, but we have a staff meeting on the 5th.
Yeah, you know what? Guess who's not going to the staff meeting on the 5th? This guy.
My supervisor already said no.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put in for my leave. So, ta-da. And I work for the government, so. Union. But all right, so shit, man, that's it. So
Yeah.
this it's a pretty damn good show right here, huh?
Some good
Yeah,
stuff.
I think so.
I enjoyed.
Fucking
I
killed
brought
it.
the
Welcome-
hammer a little too hard, but whatever.
Yeah, welcome back, Gianni and Brandon. It's always good to have you guys in the fold. The fearsome
Yes.
force in here.
It's always a
anyone-
pleasure to be here, man.
Brandon, you got anything you want to add before we bid adieu to everyone?
Before we go, I don't have anything. I won't be available for the next show. I got something going on next week. I'll fill you guys in a little bit later on. But,
Cool beans. Happy belated
I
birthday.
will. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Happy belated,
I-
yes, sir. We said.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it. January's been an up and down month for me, but it's been all right nonetheless.
I feel you, brother.
All
I
right.
feel you. Gianni, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Dork, what you got?
Well, you know, it's one of my favorite weekends of the year because I'm a wrestling fan. The Royal Rumble in Philadelphia tomorrow night.
Oh,
I'm
I
looking
thought the
forward to
Royal
that.
Rumble was a week ago.
Oh,
No.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to next Sunday here with you. Doing that live stream.
Should be good.
I'll try and keep it, friendly.
Why? No. No.
All right, fine. You want the
I
gloves
mean,
off?
don't be a total dick, but I mean,
I'll wear my 39 shirt.
fucking fine. I mean, shit. It'd be like an episode of Fresh Prince, except it wouldn't be Jay getting thrown out the fucking house.
Wow.
Bring the pain.
I got steps that go straight to the door, man. It'd be like just kicking down the steps, open the door, and let gravity do its thing. No, I wouldn't do that to you, man. I love you too much. All right, so that's it.
All right.
That's the show. All right.
All right.
So, as usual, it's been real. It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
real fun.
Yep. Dirt.
Real fun.
The dork.
Gianni.
And Brandon.
Out.
Out.
Go Birds.
Go Pats.